So, coming off of Black Ops 1, the team, we're really proud of what we created, but we wanted to push the boundaries on the franchise. I think probably the worst kept secret in gaming was that we were working on Black Ops 2, but I think probably the best kept secret in gaming up until recently when we announced was what exactly Black Ops 2 was. I mean, everything from the setting, right? The setting that we're taking into the future, the fact that we have, branching storylines inside of our campaign, the fact that we're introducing with Strike Force levels, non-linearity to the campaign, sandbox style gameplay, all kinds of new gameplay mechanics, all those things, and that's just really scratching the surface. I think all those things are going to add to the Call of Duty flavor that we're going to bring this year with Black Ops 2. And I think players who've been fans of the franchise, who want that signature cinematic gameplay, don't worry, you're going to get that in spades. Hopefully you've seen it now with our Los Angeles level. But we're showing 2 levels here, as you know, today, because we want to show you that you're going to get this great cross-section of gameplay. If you just think about that Los Angeles level and the Singapore level that we're showing you, that Strike Force level, count the number of different gameplay mechanics we're showing just in those 2 levels. The team is going for it on every front, so it's very exciting. That same mindset is the mindset that our multiplayer team has and our zombies team. So, they're looking at the core of the game, what people love, but they want to push it. They want to push it forward. They want to push the boundaries on this franchise. We want to give fans, and we want to, as creators, come with great new experiences for people that is going to keep them excited and playing with our game for a long time to come. We wanted to go to the future. When we created Black Ops, it was really exciting inside the studio. We took on that 60s era. It hadn't been explored. That fiction, we got real creative with all the weaponry that we gave you guys to play with. The fiction, the way we told our story, and the twists and the turns, and just those settings. And so, we wanted to go to a new era, new fiction, new story. We wanted to be able to have new weaponry and new technology and new mechanics and new things for people to experience and play with in Call of Duty. And so I think that this setting, doing this as a generational story, it's going to be able to deliver on all those fronts. So the game is a generation-spanning story. Most of the game takes place in that year 2025, but some of the game takes place in the late 1980s when you're playing with the characters that you played with from Black Ops, Mason, Woods, and Hudson, right? Alex Mason. In the future, in the 2025 scenario, you're playing as the son of Alex Mason. You're playing as David Mason, and that's, if you remember from our trailer, what's going on there is you're talking to Woods. And you're asking Woods about, you're on the hunt for the villain, and you're asking him about him. Why didn't you ever tell me about him? And he said, well, your father and I did know him, and we met him a long time ago. And those are those missions in the 80s that you're going to be playing through. Now that's the campaign. The multiplayer takes place exclusively in 2025. So the weapons, the technology, the gadgets, the kill streaks, all kinds of things that you can expect take on the flavor of that 2025 era, right? Zombies is its own thing altogether, so all bets are off. We'll tell you about zombies later. Yeah, no, these engines undergo major changes depending upon the designs and your ambitions. We did a major graphics overhaul. We started with the engine that we created with Black Ops. It's had massive work that's done to it, overhauling the graphics engine, the lighting, performance optimizations, new AI to support all the new gameplay. On the networking side, there's a ton of work that goes into it. So there's just a lot that goes into the engine each time. So each time you make one of these games, you have to do a lot of work that goes into them, yet retain all the great things about the Call of Duty engine that keeps that engine feeling and playing the way that players like their Call of Duty. Do you want to dive to prone?
Yeah, it's fun.
It's in the game.
Really? And what about changing the audio levels, like taking out music in multiplayer so that you can actually hear things sometimes?
We'll tell you about more later. I gave you your what?
Yeah, the one.
I gave you your what? I'm not supposed to tell you anything. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure I'm going to get yanked out of this interview real quick.
All right, well, one final question. Are there any plans for the Prestige or Hardened Edition?
You know what, we're not talking about any of that stuff now, but I'm sure the Activision guys, when they're ready, they'll tell you all about that. We are focused on making the game and getting that ready for you guys.
Well, thanks for the interview. Everybody, that was Mark Lamia from Treyarch, and that was the exclusive interview. Thanks.
Thanks, guys.